It's wisps. So, what's the whole deal with wisps anyways? Well, the fact is, they've been heavily overused. Just because, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, they've only been in 3 games, but they weren't really all that special in the later 2. Of course, there was Colors, where they were the main gimmick. Then there's Generations, where they were only appeared in 1 level, and that was actually Planet Wisp, which is fine. But why are they in Forces? Like, who just decided to put those there? It's the weirdest way of getting boosts in a game that there's like tons and tons of enemies and rings like everywhere. I think they should have done it the same way Generations did it. I don't know. They made a lot of random changes, I bet. But I was thinking about it recently because I was like, these things are a bit overused. They really should, they should come up with a new way to get boost if they don't want you to do it like Generations did. But then one night I thought, how could wisps work in Sonic Frontiers? But let me tell you, if these things end up in Frontiers, we're gonna be getting some major dubs. But I actually think these wisps would fit extremely well. Well, an open world game is of course gonna have collectibles, because, well, that's one of the main gimmicks of any open world game. Forcing the player to explore and to grind to get those levels so you can unlock new abilities or whatever. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I thought, well, if you have these guys laying around, then it would actually make a lot of sense, because you gotta, find the Wisp capsule. And let me tell you, Spike could be crazy, because think about it. If there's a mountain that you can't run up normally, just take Spike and just roll up the dang thing. No issues. Because normally, of course, in a Sonic level, you can run up any surface if you've got enough momentum. But in this game, there might be some cases where, in puzzle solving, you actually have to use the spike to actually get up a hill. Which would actually be very cool because, then you'd actually have to search for it. Or even if they put it right there, you'd have to figure out how to use it and make do with it. Now, there's one thing that I would do. I would actually make your FOV really wide so that you could see almost 180, you could see a ton of stuff. And your camera can't move, but it kind of just follows where your control stick is going. So your camera is always facing where you're going. Which would be really helpful when you're curled up in a ball with a bunch of spikes on you. It's hard to tell exactly where you're going, at least in a 3D space, because they never really used it in a 3D space much. They kind of... It felt like they were trying to go that way, but it never really pushed with it and was like, alright, we're going to use burst in a 3D area.